Welcome to our JSP tutorial. JavaServer Pages, or JSP, is a technology used for building dynamic web pages using Java. JSP allows you to embed Java code directly into HTML pages, making it easy to create web applications that are both powerful and easy to maintain. In this tutorial, we'll cover the basics of JSP, including its features, advantages, and how it integrates with other Java technologies. We'll also dive into coding examples to help you get hands-on experience with JSP. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use JSP to create dynamic and interactive web applications. So, let's get started with the fundamentals of JSP. Before we start coding with JSP, we need to set up our development environment. You'll need to have Java Development Kit, JDK, installed on your system. Additionally, you'll need a web server that supports JSP, such as Apache Tomcat. First, download and install the latest version of JDK from the official Oracle website. Once installed, set up your environment variables to include the JDK path. Next, download Apache Tomcat from the official Apache website and follow the installation instructions. After installing Tomcat, configure it by adding your project directory to the Web Apps folder. Finally, start the Tomcat server to ensure everything is working correctly. With your environment set up, you're ready to start developing JSP applications. Now that our environment is set up, let's create our first JSP page. A JSP page is essentially an HTML page with embedded Java code. Create a new file named index.jsp in the Web Apps folder of your Tomcat installation. Inside this file, we'll write some basic HTML code and embed Java code using JSP tags. JSP tags are enclosed within less than sign % greater than sign for scriptlets, less than sign equals greater than sign for expressions, and less than sign % greater than sign for declarations. In this example, we'll use a simple scriptlet to print the current date and time on the web page. Save your index.jsp file and access it through your web browser by navigating to http://localhost 8080/yourapp/index.jsp. You should see your JSP page rendered with the current date and time displayed. JSP directives are special instructions to the JSP engine that control the processing of the entire JSP page. There are three main types of directives: page, include, and taglib. The page directive is used to define page-specific attributes such as the content type, error pages, and import statements. The include directive is used to include a file during the translation phase, allowing you to reuse code across multiple pages. The taglib directive is used to declare a custom tag library that you can use in your JSP pages. Let's take a look at how to use these directives in your JSP pages. In the following example, we'll use the page directive to import the java.utilityDate class and set the content type to HTML. In JSP, you can embed Java code directly into your HTML using scriptlets, expressions, and declarations. Scriptlets, enclosed within less than sign % greater than sign, contain Java code that is executed when the page is requested. Expressions, enclosed within less than sign equals greater than sign, are used to output values directly to the client. Declarations, enclosed within less than sign % greater than sign, are used to declare variables and methods that are accessible throughout the JSP page. Let's see an example of each. We'll create a JSP page that uses a scriptlet to initialize a variable, an expression to display its value, and a declaration to define a method. This demonstrates how you can integrate Java logic into your JSP pages to create dynamic content. JSP provides several implicit objects that you can use directly in your JSP pages without needing to declare them. These objects are automatically available and provide access to various parts of the request and response cycle. Some of the commonly used implicit objects are request, response, session, application, out, and config. For example, the request object allows you to access the HTTP request data, while the session object allows you to store and retrieve user-specific data across multiple requests. In this scene, we'll demonstrate how to use some of these implicit objects to handle user input and manage sessions. This will help you understand how to leverage these powerful tools to create interactive and stateful web applications. Error handling is an essential aspect of web development, and JSP provides mechanisms to handle errors gracefully. You can use the error page attribute in the page directive to specify a JSP page that will handle exceptions thrown on the current page. Additionally, you can define error pages in the web.xml configuration file for specific exception types or HTTP status codes. This allows you to create custom error messages and maintain a user-friendly experience even when errors occur. In this scene, we'll demonstrate how to set up a simple error handling mechanism using both the page directive and the web.xml configuration. This will help you manage and display errors effectively in your JSP applications. The JSP include action is used to include the content of one JSP page or static resource into another JSP page at request time. This allows you to modularize your JSP code by separating common components, such as headers, footers, or navigation bars, into separate files. The include action is performed using the less than sign JSP include greater than sign tag, which takes a page attribute specifying the relative URL of the resource to include. This approach promotes code reuse and simplifies maintenance. In this scene, we'll demonstrate how to use the include action to include a header and footer in a JSP page. This will help you understand how to create modular and maintainable JSP applications. JSP tag libraries, taglibs, provide a way to encapsulate reusable functionality into custom tags, making your JSP code cleaner and more maintainable. The most common tag library is the JavaServer Pages Standard Tag Library, JSTL, which provides tags for common tasks such as iteration, conditionals, and data formatting. To use a tag library, you need to declare it in your JSP page using the less than sign % at taglib % greater than sign directive and specify the URI and prefix. Once declared, you can use the custom tags in your JSP pages. In this scene, we'll demonstrate how to use JSTL to iterate over a collection and display its elements. This will help you understand how to leverage tag libraries to simplify your JSP development. Congratulations on completing this JSP tutorial. We've covered the essentials of JSP, including setting up your environment, creating JSP pages, using directives, scriptlets, expressions, and declarations, handling errors, using implicit objects, including resources, and utilizing tag libraries. As you continue to develop with JSP, keep in mind some best practices. Always separate business logic from presentation logic by using Java Beans or MVC frameworks. Validate and sanitize user input to prevent security vulnerabilities, and modularize your code for better maintainability. By following these best practices, you'll be able to create robust and scalable web applications. Thank you for joining this JSP tutorial, and visit https://tangaluzone.com/education for full lecture note.